staying the distance.
The ATC St Leger now granted Group 3 status, so a last chance for some horses to climb the Melbourne Cup order of entry. The favourite was Alegron from Etna Rosso.
Round weekend, the gates are back in the first. And Waltham was a little bit sluggish out. And Waltham will settle at the tail of the field. Military Mission showing more zip today. And Trust in You goes up to join it early. Stockman pretty handy. Now those on the inside, we've got Etna Rosso, Athabascan and the favourite Alegron. And a gap back to Wyclif, Steel Blaze. And Waltham's going to settle last of all. Military Mission sent forward and Military Mission will lead. And the Kiwi Trust in You gets the cart across and will park outside. Stockman in a more forward roll today sits in third, and Etna Rosso fourth on the rails there on the white cap. One off the fence, Athabascan being tracked along by the favourite Alegron. Then Wyclif down on the rails, 2 lengths to Steel Blaze and 2 lengths away to Waltham. So 1900 metres to go, and Military Mission back to some old tactics of being a front runner, and it's a comfortable lead for Military Mission, out by 2 lengths on Trust in You. Stockman without any cover today sits in third spot. Then Etna Rosso parked fourth the rails. A length further back to Athabascan from Wyclif. A length into the favourite Alegron. Steel Blaze and Waltham are the last two. So they've got 1500 metres to go, and Hieronymus keeps the gallop up here on Military Mission, leading at the 1400 metres by a couple of lengths on Stockman, who now moves up on the outside of Trust in You, followed by Etna Rosso travelling strongly on the inside of Athabascan. Wyclif starting to pull back in the field now on the inside of Alegron. Waltham and Steel Blaze are the last two. So they go inside the halfway mark. Military Mission in front by a length and a half to Stockman. Trust in You getting a tail trail in third position. Then came Athabascan in the running line. They're followed by Etna Rosso, Alegron. So the race favourite is back fourth last in front of Wyclif, then Waltham, and the outsider of the field, Steel Blaze, is still back last. 800 metres to go. Military Mission pilots the field by a half length on Stockman here at the 800. With light rain starting to fall. Athabascan taking closer order on the outside of Trust in You. Then Etna Rosso. Alegron being stoked up about 4 lengths off the lead. Then Wyclif. Waltham starting a run out wide. A good run at that. And Steel Blaze is last. Military Mission really being shoved along now. And a rails run opens up for Trust in You. He joined it. Wyclif pinching ground on the rails as Athabascan gets going. Then came Waltham. Alegron's not travelling well. Athabascan sustains this run and race to the front. Athabascan by a length. Wyclif is coming off heels. Trust in You's flat out the rails. Athabascan. Wyclif's coming with a big run now. Then Waltham the outside. Athabascan and Wyclif. Athabascan, Wyclif. They hit the line. Athabascan a nose. Athabascan just from Wyclif and Waltham third. Followed by Trust in You. Then Etna Rosso. Followed in by Alegron and Steel Blaze. Stockman.
Athabascan, strong, gritty performance. That's what you want to see from a horse leading up to a Melbourne Cup. He's just carried 57.5 kilos over the line for a win in the Melbourne Cup. He's currently burdened with 52 kilos. He may receive a penalty for this win, but he'll still race much lighter in the big 2-mile event. Second placed Wyclif is no longer amongst Melbourne Cup nominations, but Waltham, the third place getter, is. He will rise up the order of entry, but probably only as far as 40th based on the prize money he's just earned. A disappointing run from Alegron, who looked unlucky in the Metropolitan. No bad luck on this occasion, just a little below expectation. He's another one though that will carry a lot less weight in the Melbourne Cup if connections go ahead. Check the odds. Pick a winner.
Good run at that, and Steel Blaze is last. Military Mission really being shoved along now, and a rails run opens up for Trust in You. He joined it. Wyclif pinching ground on the rails as Athabascan gets going. Then came Waltham. Alegron's not travelling well. Athabascan sustains this run and race to the front. Athabascan by a length. Wyclif is coming off heels. Trust in You's flat out the rails. Athabascan. Wyclif's coming with a big run now. Then Waltham the outside. Athabascan and Wyclif. Athabascan, Wyclif, they hit the line. Athabascan a nose.
'76 will commence again if you try to take our fire on.